Hey, I'm Colonel Garuda, and today we're taking a look at the White Tiger Zord from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2. Now, I chose to review this toy today because, unfortunately, Jason David Frank has passed away. He was a big part of my childhood. And to pay tribute to him, I decided to review this figure, which is my favorite Zord that Tommy Oliver ever owned in the show, because Dragon Zord is definitely iconic. But I still prefer White Tiger Zord over Dragon Zord because he has this big beast mode and then converts into essentially a Megazord. And I just think that's a lot cooler than just the Dragon Zord and then combined with the Dinozords, but that's just me. And taking a look at this figure, he is just big, bulky, and chunky tiger, and he's just really hefty too. I mean, there's no die-cast metal, he's not a chogokin or anything, but he's got really nice heft, and he's made of sturdy plastic, so you can definitely play with this guy and not damage him too much. He also looks like he has a little bit of paint chipping on his nose here, and he has clear red eyes and a little piece right here where you could stick a little minifigure on here, which I sadly don't have. He also has a lot of chrome on the top of his head, which makes it look like a premium product. Chrome can be really hit or miss on these types of toys. Sometimes they look really good, sometimes they look cheap, but here it looks really good, and I like that. And right here is where the head is, so if you want to pooth, you can definitely do that, if that's a thing you like to do. And he also has what look like, I think they're supposed to be upside down M's or something, or no, they're W's, silly me, for White Tiger Zord, but I think the Japanese version had different stickers, and this is the same mold as the Japanese version, which is something that Bandai used to do back in the day. But this guy does have some jarring stickers, which we will get to a little later, but most of it's actually pretty tame. It's got these red striped stickers here all around, and unfortunately I am missing one of these little orb pieces. I normally don't review toys that are missing parts, but this is a special occasion, but I do plan to find a spare piece on eBay to fill up that little piece there. And although he has really big legs in the front, his legs in the back are pretty small and kind of strange looking, but not too terrible. And I also like how his tail is actually the sword, and that's something we don't really see too often in Power Rangers and Super Sentai. So that's really cool. And for articulation, you can move the front legs, you got a bend, and the paws can go up and down, but that reveals the fists. Also, the mouth can open, and the legs back here can move, and this all can move, but that's strictly for transformation, and he can also crunch forward like so. So that's pretty cool. And what else can he do besides transform? Well, he's got electronics. You can open the mouth, and it has lights and sounds. Sounds like the Tiger Zord is kind of roaring or something, and this... got this, so it sounds like he's charging up an attack for like a fire breath or something. Like, I think this thing shoots fireballs in the show, if I remember correctly. So that was pretty cool. And basically, I think on the Japanese version, like, all these can come off, which is why I lost one of the pieces when I got it. But all these can come off, and apparently they supposedly had some kind of kanji or some kind of Chinese text, and you could put it in the mouth, but I'm not going to do that because it's actually really, really tricky to get them out once you have it in there, so I'm not doing that. And that's all it really does on its own like this, and I don't know, I just think he's really cool even though he just sits there. For some size comparisons, here we have the High Grade Gunner Revive, the Robot Spirits Evangelion, the Soul Chogokin Daltanius, and the Jungle Pride Megazord. Now let's get this guy transformed. And here we have the Warrior mode, and this is really cool. Let's take a closer look at the figure. I just love that head sculpt on him. He just looks really serious and ready for a fight. And he does have that light piping on the head there, like the tiger head, which is pretty cool. So if you're into that, there you go. And he's just really cool. And basically the Tigerzord just staying upright and just has this big presence. I love how the tiger head just sticks out. And in the show, this thing would shoot fireballs from its mouth, like, while in the warrior mode, and just shooting flames at monsters. I think is pretty cool. And I think he's just well proportioned, and the transformation was extremely fun, yet very simple. But like, I mean, it's just really well thought out with this figure, and he's very clean too. There's not much. I mean, this isn't it is a transforming figure, but it's not like a transforms figure like Hasbro or Takara would make. So there really isn't any kibble on him, and aside from this tiger head, you probably wouldn't even know that this thing may even transform. And I just think it's just such a well-made figure. And as for the more jarring stickers, I don't have the Tigerzord Assault Team, so I can't really demonstrate the Mega Tigerzord, but when you transform it, you have to stretch this out, and yikes! The Thunderbolts, or the Lightning Bolts. Like, this was infamous for some of the early Power Rangers toys. And that is just really, really weird, and just sticks out like a sore thumb. So there's that. And like before, you can have the lights and sounds, so you can do that if you like. There's no new sounds or anything in this mode, just the same 2 sound effects. And the sword that we removed earlier, which was the tail, yeah, I'm holding his hand, but like, well, what was it called? The Dynorobo, which I've reviewed a while back. He doesn't really hold it very well, and it's very loose in his hand. You'd think they would just make the hole just tight enough so you just hold it like this, but nope, it's always drooping down like that, so that's a little annoying. And if you're playing with it or something, having fun of monsters, there's a good chance that this thing will just fly out of its hand while you're playing with it, so that's annoying. And for posability, like before, the arms can rotate, and you also get some additional arm movement, and it's just really, really nice. And there you go. Let's do some size comparisons again. Gundam, Ava, Daltanius, and the Jungle Pride Megazord. Overall, this figure is remarkable. Typically, 6th Ranger mecha are usually just designed to be add-ons for the main Megazord of the season, but this is a very different case because this is actually a really fun standalone toy because I don't have anything else in Season 2 or Die Ranger, and this thing is just so much fun to mess around with. Because of that, I highly recommend this figure. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the flip side.